Welcome, Feed Quality Talks. I am Tunde Agbola. This is the concluding part of that topic that we are examining, which is wet maize management strategy. You are going to love it. If you have not watched the first episode, check the details in the description or check the list of our video so that you will not miss any part out of this wonderful topic. Now, we will sit back and watch the concluding episode of wet maize management strategy. Thank you. Enjoy. To enhance the monitoring of some conditions in your warehouse, the best thing is for you to get the thermohygrometer. Get the thermohygrometer in order to monitor the temperature and humidity of the warehouse. As you can see the picture of the thermohygrometer, this is how it looks, and on it you will see the temperature expressed in Fahrenheit. It can either be in Fahrenheit or in Celsius. Fahrenheit is always higher than Celsius. Like you can have 80-degree Fahrenheit expressed in Celsius as something around 27 degrees. And the one expressed in percentage is the humidity of the place. So with this, you'll be able to know the exact temperature and humidity in which your warehouse is operating. This will help to guide a lot of things in terms of the operation and the management of your wet maize. The other value expressed there is the clock, but the one that concerns you mostly is the temperature and the humidity. So this instrument has to be placed very close to the top level of the highest height of the maize on the warehouse floor. It has to be placed at the lower level so that you will be able to understand the kind of experience that the maize is having. You'll be able to know the exact humidity and the exact temperature of the warehouse and at the level to which the maize was placed. Do not place this thermohygrometer at the higher level of the warehouse, because at the higher height of the warehouse you are not really reading what the maize is experiencing. For you to get what the maize is experiencing, you have to bring it lower to the level where the maize is and you attach it to the wall. Also, you need to ensure a temperature minimum 26 to 27 degrees Celsius, and that's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and the humidity should be around 55 to 65 or 70%. You have to ensure this, because the humidity, when it's as high as 80%, it is considered as very high, and drying of maize at this level will not be okay. That 80% humidity is only favorable for mold growth and will be of disadvantage to the drying of maize. You have to take note of this effectively. You also need to check your maize moisture level daily, and once you check this moisture level, the best thing for you is to keep the record. You have to record it appropriately. That means you need to get a document in which you will be putting the record of the wet maize. That means you will need to get a book in which you'll be keeping the record of the moisture content of your maize. You can also have the record for other parameters, but now of highest importance is the moisture content, because you are getting somewhere. Take the samples randomly when you want to check this moisture content. This will ensure that you are able to have the understanding of the moisture content of different portions of the maize spread. Because if you are picking your sample from just a single place, It will not give you the general opinion of what is really happening in that environment. So you have to do this for different portions of the spread of the maize so as to get an average value. You can check the moisture at those portions differently, or you can combine all you have gotten from different portions together and take the sample that you check the moisture from. That means you will be able to mix everything together. However, there are some times you will need to check it at those different portions so that you will be able to know whether a particular portion is being avoided by the people that are supposed to spread the maize. This will give you the information about the efficiency of the turning of the maize. So checking this moisture content daily will make you to be able to compare whatever you get today to the value you obtained in the previous day, so that with this you'll be able to determine whether there is an improvement in the maize drying process. You have to begin to bag the maize the moment the moisture level is found to be below 13% consistently. Let's say you've checked the moisture content 3 days ago, you get about 12.8. Yesterday you got 12.5. Today you are getting around 12.2. It means your maize is already at the region of what we can call a dry maize. So at this level, you have to begin to bag the maize, begin to put the maize in the bags. And at this final stage, even before you bag the maize finally, the best thing for you to do is to check the aflatoxin of the maize as well as the proximate composition. The proximate composition will give you the value for the crude protein, the fat, the moisture level, the ash content, the fiber content, and even the metabolizable energy. So with this, you'll be able to know the type of maize that you are dealing with. And all this information are very essential because they are going to be put on the tag that you will use to identify that batch of maize in the warehouse. The moment you put the maize in the bags, you have to arrange the bags neatly on the pallet and you tag them appropriately with all the information I was talking about on the other slide. And when you do this, when you arrange the pallet, the best thing for you to do is to allow a space of about 3 feet within the 2 rows of pallets. When you arrange the maize appropriately, please give this space. It is highly essential for a lot of things. The space that you allow within the 2 rows of the maize bag will ensure airflow around the bags, and this will surely influence continuous drying of the maize even in the bag. You have to keep monitoring the bags till the maize bag leaves the warehouse. When you create the 3 feet pathway within the 2 rows, apart from allowing the airflow, it will also allow you to be able to walk around the places where you put the maize. And you need to do this in order to keep checking on the maize bags so that you'll be able to know whether something bad is happening within the maize bags. Because there is tendency of one thing or the other happening in terms of, maybe some portions were not actually dried while you check the moisture content. Maybe there was a mistake or one thing or the other had happened. With you going around the bags, you'll be able to know what is really happening. With you going around the 3 feet walkway within the pallets, you'll be able to have the understanding of what is happening among the maize bags. And it is better for you to keep doing this. You have to keep this on as long as the maize bags are still there. But when it comes to the issue of maize in the silos, you will need to have the proper understanding of the type of silo that you are using for you to be able to know how to approach the maize storage. There are some silos that are automated. There are some silos that are ordinary. So please know your type of silos. There are some silos that are flat bottom. There are some that are comb based. So you will need to properly understand the type of silos that you are dealing with. And when you are pushing your maize into the silos, make sure it attains the moisture that we mentioned, that is something around single digit to 12%. Lower than 13% value will be okay in your silos. However, you need to study the silos manual and know the type that you are dealing with, because there are even some silos that will encourage continuous drying of the sample that you took there, so as to improve the storageability of that sample that you store inside. There are factors that affect maize even while in storage. We talk of moisture, you can talk of humidity, you can talk of the temperature, which we have mentioned earlier. You can talk of several other storage conditions, and lastly, even the insects and pests. These insects and pests are the major destroyers of the maize in storage. Even if your maize is in bags, they are ready to tear off the bags, get the maize exposed, and destroy them. So you have to make sure that you take proper care of these insects and pests. And same like them is even the rodents. The rodents will tear the bag and destroy your maize. You have to be very careful of it. Make your warehouse rat proof. You have to rat proof your warehouse, and you have to set several traps for them where necessary. All you need to do is just to make sure you block access to your maize bags. And even for the insect and pest, there are things that you can do at the level of your warehouse in order to curb the influx of insects and pests. All these will have to be factored into our maize storage system. So in summary, we have been able to talk about several things, and among them is that you do not store your wet maize in bags because of several implications which we have earlier discussed. You have to empty all the bags on the very clean floor in a well ventilated warehouse with turning of the maize from time to time. That is where we are talking about you using the shovel, or you can use some other implements that can enhance the turning of the maize from time to time. Also, do this hourly or at 2 hours interval. You also have to check the moisture level daily with oven or even the moisture meter, so that you will be able to compare what you get today with what you got yesterday and see whether there is an improvement. You have to monitor the temperature and humidity with an instrument called thermohygrometer. This will help you greatly, and you will be able to know what is happening in the warehouse where the maize is being dried. You have to pack in the bag only when the moisture level becomes lower than 13% consistently. And even the bags in which you have packed the dry maize, they will have to be arranged on pallets, and after you arrange them on pallets, monitoring has to commence immediately, so that your work only ends when the maize gets to the production floor. Apart from this type of method of drying the maize naturally in the warehouse, although I've mentioned that we can also attach fan to the walls. You can also attach fan to the wall of the warehouse to be able to enhance the heavy airflow. But you have to make sure that as the air is being generated, there is also an exit for it. Like I mentioned, that there should be proper ventilation, inflow and outflow. So you need to take all this into consideration while you are dealing with wet maize. However, in another video, we will still discuss how you can even use the wet maize, assuming you have no other option, how you can manage it in your feed. So you need to be on the lookout on our channel. This video will drop very soon, so that it will be a guide for you to know how you can still formulate your feed while you are using the wet maize. I believe you have gotten value in this video. I believe you have learned a lot of things. If you have enjoyed this video, kindly click the like button, and in case this is your first time on this channel, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will be notified appropriately when we release any of our quality related videos. I believe you have enjoyed this video. Till next time I bring another content on your way, I want to say thank you for watching this video. Bye.